Oh, here we go again. After another year of saying I'm not going to do it, I'm doing it again. We're bringing it back, boys and girls. We are bringing back the Rags to Riches series. But this time, we're doing a little bit of a twist. Previously, we've done F1 2010 all the way to F1 2014. 5 games. Whereas this time, looking at my game collection right here, we've got 2009 all the way to F1 2017. Obviously, I'm not going to play on the Wii, am I? I'm not going to play F1 2009. Think again, because we're doing that right now. What on earth am I doing? Why am I doing this? I don't know. This could either be absolutely incredible playing F1 2009, or it could be a complete disaster and be really embarrassing. Because one, the graphics are going to be awful, and two, I don't know how the gameplay is going to be. I've traded in my Thrustmaster TX racing wheel for this. For a little Nintendo Wii steering wheel right there, where you press A for curves, 2 to go, and B for brake, and that's literally all you need. That is the only buttons that you need on this game. So, like I say, it could either be incredible, absolutely incredible, or it could be a disaster. Now, if you are new to the Rags to Riches series, then basically what we've got to do is we've got to drive the worst team from F1 2009 and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2017. And the way we're going to do that is, depending on where we position in the championship, that decides our team for next season. So, talking about F1 2009, if we win the championship, which is a long shot, but if we do manage to win the championship, then we will be driving for Williams in F1 2010. If we come 2nd and 3rd, that'll be Force India. 4th to 6th will be Sauber, with 7th to 9th Toro Rosso. Then we've got 10th to 13th as Lotus, with 14th to 17th as HRT. And then right to the back of the grid, if we've managed to, you know, have a complete disaster of a season, then 18th to 20th will mean that we will be driving for Marussia in F1 2010. So I think that's all the rules, basically, of what we're going to be doing on this series. It is going to be live commentary, which is completely different to the stuff I usually do. Usually, my main stuff is all sort of, you know, post-commentary, especially with the career mode. But this one is all going to be live commentary, so it gives it a little bit more realism. And basically, what you guys are seeing is exactly what I'm going to be reacting to as well. So hopefully, there isn't anything that goes too badly. But without any further ado, let's get into F1 2009. Oh, God. Right, let's aim the controller. Where's the... There we go. Got it. Bam. Oh, can't forget as well. Got to make sure I've got my wrist strap on. Don't want to accidentally smash someone around the face with the controller. Wrist strap on, and we're ready to go. That was cool. Are they playing ping pong in the background? Yeah, I thought so. They're playing ping pong in the background music. What on earth is this game? Right, new career, and let's get this kick started. So basically, the rules for the season are going to be 25% of a full race. We're going to be on hard difficulty, vehicle damage on, fuel use and tyre wear on, weather variable, component failure on, with penalties on strict. Also with the assist, I think we've got the anti-skid and the anti-locking up brakes on, because you can't really apply different pressures on a Wii remote. Pressing down the 2, you've either got it on or you've got it off. Same with B, you've either got it on or you've got it off. So yeah, there's not really anything else I can do with that. If I take those off, I'm definitely going to skid, or I'm definitely going to lock up my brakes. So we're not going to go for that. We're just going to go for the standard sort of, you know, easy setup. And yeah, let's get into the career mode. Inbox. Different to F1 2010, you don't get the contract offers straight away. You've got to earn them. So that's what we're going to do with the Toro Rosso team. You've got to earn your contracts. That's what we're going to be doing today. We've got to do a test around Monza and beat the target time. So you're going to accept that, because Toro Rosso, they are the worst team. So I'm hoping that I can beat the target time and get a drive for them. Because if I don't, then I don't really know what I'm going to do in this season if I don't get a drive. Do we just skip straight to 2010? I don't know, but let's get into the next session. Okay, here we go. Test session around Monza. We've got to beat a 1:26 lap. So, yeah, hopefully we can do that. And straight away I'm going to go into tuning, because they actually put you on hard tyres every single session. So what I'm going to do, switch over to the softs. They should be quicker, theoretically. And let's just get out this drive and let's set a quick lap in this Toro Rosso. And this already feels weird. I'm holding a controller up to my face. What is this? Like the control and the sensitivity is, it's either really good and really bad at the same time. Under braking, get the car turned in, overshoot turn 1. Can we get through turn 2? Yes, we can. That was nice through turn 2. Right, on the curves and down in towards the Curve de Grande. Now, I'm not expecting to set the timesheet to light in this first lap as I'm running a little bit wide through the Curve de Grande. I'm not turning too much, but I'm trying not to scrub off too much speed as well. Braking in towards the second chicane. Oh, well, definitely flying over the corner there, but I'll take it. A little bit of a corner cut through the first part, but that's not too bad. As we go through the second part now, that was very not nice there through the first Lesmo. Into the second Lesmo. Oh, nice and tidy as well. Wow. Okay, maybe playing on the Wii wasn't as hard as I thought. I don't know, but let's go into Oscari now and just watch the controls here with the steering wheel, because it's just, oh no, I've overshot it. No, 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 no. Get it back on the... Got it back on the track. I don't know what that was in terms of steering, but I got it back on the track anyway. Right, down towards the line. It's looking like this could be actually a very, very quick lap into the Parabolica. Get the car turned in. A little bit too early on the throttle and the turning, but get the curves open all the way down towards the line. Is it going to beat the 126? Yes, it is. There we go. Target met. First time of asking. And we have got a drive for Toro Rosso. Weaving the wheel in celebration. Destroying the car before we've even started. And boom. How is that possible? They're made of polystyrene, yet I can't even break through them. What is this madness? Hello. Okay, anyway, right. Let's get into... Well, let's go back to the menus. Let's see how we did in that session, because that went really well. There we go then. We beat the target time. We are the champions around Monza, and we have got a drive for Toro Rosso, hopefully in the next season. Of course, it's not yet confirmed, but it looks very likely that we are going to get a drive for Toro Rosso in the new season. So fingers crossed we can get that. So back into our inbox, and we are looking at our emails now. And the team are very happy with how we have performed, and they are offering me a contract. So thank you very much for that. And as a driver in our team, they would expect us to earn a minimum of 20 championship points over the course of the year. Now that's going to be difficult, because I feel like this game is going to be very difficult, especially with steering, although I did beat that target time very, very quickly, so it could actually be quite an easy game. We'll just have to wait and see when we get into the first couple of sessions at the Australian Grand Prix, but we are going to accept that proposal, and we are now a Toro Rosso driver for the remainder of this season. There we are in our new car, number 12 for the season. And without any further ado, let's get F1 2009 underway. Here we go then. Qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix. And I'm not exactly too sure how this is going to go, but just like in F1 in the first and second, no, the second Rags to Riches sequel that we did, we are going to be doing one-shot qualifying. Engineer, can you stop shouting in my ear? Really irritating right now. Anyway, so we're going to advance time all the way to the end of the session, go for one flying lap and see what we can do. Obviously, the goal is to try and get into the top 15, get into Q2, and then see what we can do from there. We've got 4 minutes of the session left to go. Gonna go on to tune in, make sure that we are on the soft tyres, and let's go out on track and set a quick lap time. Here we go then, one-shot qualifying in the Australian Grand Prix as my engineer still talks in my ear. That was lovely through turn 1 and turn 2. Look at that, on the curves, down towards turn 3 now. What can this lap be? Hopefully, we get out of the bottom 15. Of course, that is going to be the goal here today as we overshoot turn 3. Not exactly the best through there, lifting off the throttle through turn 4 to sort of make up a little bit of time. But yeah, that wasn't exactly the greatest of lines through turn 3 there. But so far we are up on the P1 time as I run it very, very wide. So that means I'm going to be a little bit slower than that now, as I was only 5/100ths of a second quicker at that moment. So definitely going to be losing a little bit of time through there. But through that chicane, a little bit tidier than some of the previous corners. We started the lap very, very well, but it's sort of fallen off a little bit here today. So we're going to see how we do through the quick left and then right. At the moment, we are currently down on the fastest lap time, but that was quick. That was very, very quick there through the chicane. That certainly has got to catch us up a little bit of time to the guys at the front of the session. I don't even know why I'm batting with those guys. I should be really trying just to get in towards the top 15, but it's looking like we could be quick enough for a very quick lap here today. No, I've messed it up. In towards the penultimate corner, the very, very tricky penultimate corner here at the Australian Grand Prix. Onto the curves, onto the throttle, down towards the line, and what is the lap time going to be good enough for? Will it get us through? Oh, just about at the moment in P13, but the question is, will we stay there? We've got other drivers setting lap times at the moment. Will we stay there? There we go then. P14 at the end of the first qualifying session. It wasn't exactly the cleanest of laps, but it got the job done. We are through into Q2, and it's Kubica, Bourdais, Nakajima, PK, and Sutil all out in the first qualifying session. So there we are into Q2 at the moment. So let's see what we can do. Can we get into the top 10 shootout? There is definitely a lot of room for improvement on that lap, so we can certainly maybe actually get into the top 10 and possibly even challenge for pole, because before we went into that penultimate corner we were around about the pole time, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what we can do in this qualifying session. But let's go into Q2, see what we can do. Here we go then, one shot qualifying time here in Q2, and this is going to be the battle to try and get into the top 10 shootout. Nice and tidy through turn 1 and turn 2, back on the curves on the run down in towards turn 3. So far so good, but like previously we had a very good start to the lap, but then we messed up as the lap went on. Turn 3 a lot better than we had last time. Through turn 4 now, still very, very good. This looks like it could be a very, very good lap here today. At the moment, quickest of anybody through sector 1. 3 tenths up on Jensen Button's time at the moment, which is very good to see, but we need to make sure that we get every single corner right throughout the rest of this lap. If we mess up through the penultimate corner once again, then that will most likely be our qualifying over. At the moment, 7 tenths up on the previous best lap time as we went through the fast left-right chicane there. Very nice and tidy through there. Coming towards the end of the lap now. Of course, this is where we messed up last time. Clean through there. 3 more corners left to go. Oh, running a little bit wide onto the curb, but I have managed to caught it. Oh, onto the grass once again, but just about making it through the corner, through the final corner now, on towards the curves, onto the final straight, down towards the line. And what is the lap time going to be good enough for? It's good enough for a 1:27.55. That is absolutely incredible. Getting us not only the quickest time, but also into Q3. Into the top 10 shootout with Kovalainen and Raikkonen, McLaren and a Ferrari both going out in Q2. Beating both those drivers. We beat Nick Heidfeld as well, and Fernando Alonso, and also Fisichella also going out in Q2, down in 15th position. So very, very good qualifying session from ourselves there in Q2 to be the fastest of anybody by 6 tenths of a second. I'm not too sure whether I can improve on that lap time or not, but I will definitely try. Okay, I kind of made a little mistake there, and I advanced the time a little bit too much, and unlike newer games, you can't restart the session. I wasn't paying attention. I pressed advanced time instead of drive out to garage, and I'm out. Well, I'm not out, but I'm down in P10 of what could have been pole position at my first race on F1 2009. We are down in 10th place. Okay, it's not too bad. It does mean that we are going to be making a few overtakes in the race, but it does mean that it's not going to be quite as clean as I would have liked. I would have loved it if we were in P10. Sorry, in pole position. We could just run down towards turn 1, not worry about anybody else, and then sort of see what happened from there. But at the moment, I'm going to have to be aware of the other drivers, and I don't know how the AI drives on this game. They could be amazing, or they could be terrible. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to turn 1. It could go really badly. I mean, it could go really, really badly to the point that I'm going to be out of the race. But let's see how it goes as we head over to the race for the Australian Grand Prix. It's race day for the Australian Grand Prix here in Melbourne for the first round of this 2009 season, and there's not even a wait. We're getting ready with the race straight away from 10th position on the grid. It's 5 red lights and it's lights out, and away we go. And it looks like everybody has got a much better start than myself down towards turn 1, but we do need to be careful. Oh my god, that Toyota came out of nowhere! Ah! Okay, we bumped somebody. We've got a black and white flag, but at least we haven't got any damage on our front wing. I thought that was over. I saw that Toyota move right across me down in towards turn 1, and I thought, okay, this is it over. But we've moved up a position. We are into P9 at the moment, right behind Lewis Hamilton. We've got a little bit more fuel than we previously would have. So that's why I ran it a little bit wide there through that corner. But I need to start to reel in Lewis Hamilton, of course. We were very good around this circuit in qualifying, so we need to find that pace very quickly. Okay, already on the back of Lewis Hamilton at the moment. So we go in towards the penultimate corner, nearly going straight into the back of the McLaren through there. And now right on the tail. I don't think we're going to pick up any slipstream down in towards turn 1, but we need to look for that opening. Make sure that we don't get caught out on the brakes by the McLaren driver, which we kind of have done. They're very slow out corners, and that has cost me big time as I've gone onto the grass and lost so much time to everybody else. Luckily, nobody is overtaking behind at the moment, so it does mean that I hold on to P9 right now, but I have lost time to Lewis Hamilton and the rest of the leaders, which I'm going to need to try and make back up as this race goes on. Oh, up the inside there of Lewis Hamilton. He brakes so early in towards that corner, caught me off guard. Luckily, I did manage to see it and anticipate it a little bit. I was sort of in the wrong position, not exactly on the racing line through that corner, but I get the job done on Lewis Hamilton there, move up into P8. Now hunting down Mark Webber for 7th position. It's Red Bull versus Toro Rosso here today. Now, can we catch up to Mark Webber and possibly go for the overtake very, very soon? I think we should be able to do so. What I've learned about this 2009 game already is it's not really about racing lines or anything like that. It's all about who is the best at drifting around the corners. At the moment, I think it's me, but that wasn't exactly the best of lines through there, as Mark Webber did manage to gain a little bit of time on me. But I reckon I can get him down the start-finish straight. So I get it caught on the grass a little bit there, which wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. But luckily I am able to sort of catch the car and keep it underneath me. Oh, and one driver's already decided to come into the pits. So no, we've got 2 drivers already into the pits at the moment. That was Vettel and Rubens Barrichello. So I guess they're going to go for the 2-stop strategy. And they started on the soft tyres. Not entirely sure, but that is what I'm guessing they have done at the moment. So we're already right on the tail of Mark Webber. We're going to be using a whole lot of curves. We're going to dive it up the inside in towards this corner. But he doesn't brake as early as Lewis Hamilton did, but not very good on acceleration out of turn 3. But unfortunately not able to do anything through there just yet. We've got to sort of settle behind, go through the fast corner of 5, try and go up the inside down towards 6. Here we go on the right hand side of Mark Webber, and there we go, job done on the Red Bull driver. Great overtake through turn 6, and now seeing what we can do on Felipe Massa for 4th position. Oh, Massa, terrible line through that corner, trying to go for the dive bomb on the driver ahead of us. Now we're going to go side by side with Felipe on the left hand side through this long back straight, trying not to understeer it wide. We've got to make sure, just in case, he is still on our right hand side, which he is no longer there. And there we go, job done behind Nico Rosberg and on the edge of the podium in a Toro Rosso. This is incredible stuff at the moment. We're going to be careful down towards this next corner because we don't want to go straight into the back of Nico Rosberg and damage our car, which we certainly could have done there, as Rosberg did slam on his brakes a little bit too early for my liking. Now we're going to dive up the inside, which we can't do so. All 3 of us bashing into each other, as it looks like that Toyota, I'm not too sure who it is, Yano Truly, decides to come into the pit lane, and we're going to move up into 2nd position. Yes, we are, as we've got another driver coming in the pit lane. I guess he's a back marker, as we're gaining on Nico Rosberg. Oh, cutting the corner massively there, but as you can see, lost a lot of time. You go on the grass in this game, it really does slow you down. So that is something definitely to take into consideration. Make sure we do not get it on the grass. I mean, we should be avoiding that anyway, but just got to make sure we do that. We are so close to the back of Nico Rosberg at the moment. It is unreal. Unreal how close we are to the back of Nico Rosberg. Even the AI can't get that corner right. I've been really, really struggling with that corner, and even the AI seem to struggle as well as we go in towards this right. Rosberg with a terrible line. That could give us the opportunity to go for the overtake. Here we are on the curves, going for the opportunity on the left-hand side. Side by side with Nico Rosberg, hugging the inside, and there we go, taking the lead at the moment of the race, but he might still be there on the right-hand side, and there we go, in towards the left, then the right, and job done on Nico Rosberg. We're taking the lead of this Australian Grand Prix here for the opening round of this season. What incredible stuff, but can we keep hold of it? Of course, tyre wear is going to become a factor at the moment. We are coming into the pits though on this lap, I believe. Yes, we are. There we go. There's a signal to come into the pit lane. And we're going to be coming into the pits on this lap. Switching. Oh, that's a terrible coming into the pits there. But we've got the job done. And now we get it all slowed down. Right, it's pit stop time in the Toro Rosso. What sort of pit stop is the team going to do? Of course, we've got to refuel, put on a new set of tyres, new set of soft tyres, and go for another stop still later on in this race. It looks like the Red Bull is also having a pit stop behind us. And, oh no, we're getting held up by the Red Bull of Mark Webber. Unfortunately, that is a lot of time lost there. 12 seconds in the pit stop. So much different compared to the pit stops we're used to now, them being like 2.2 seconds in the game. Of course, we have to refuel as well in 2009, but unfortunately, we are way down in 11th position at the moment, which means one thing. We've got to make some overtakes again. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to see what we can do. Mark Webber looks like he's coming into the pits now for his second pit stop in this race. There goes Mark Webber into the pits. We've got more drivers into the pits, in fact, so we are going to be moving up just ahead of that Williams. I think that was Nico Rosberg who went out of the pits. Yes, it is Nico Rosberg. So, coming out just ahead of the guy we were battling with. I believe he's doing a one-stop strategy. So, Nico Rosberg going the distance in today's race. But luckily, we are ahead of him. If he's going for that one-stop strategy, he kind of needs position over us. But unfortunately, he hasn't quite got that as we've got it onto the grass. But luckily, didn't lose too much time doing so. So much quicker than this trio ahead of me at the moment, which is truly, and I think maybe Sebastian Vettel as well. I'm not too sure who the other one is. Yes, it is Sebastian Vettel. As I nearly go straight into the back. They're all coming into the pits though. So that's going to open it up and put me straight up ahead of these guys. So up into P4 at the moment. More drivers into the pits as well, which is going to put me up into the lead. Yes, it does. There we go. Into the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. So getting past those other drivers who are deciding to do the one-stop strategy. They want me to come into the pits at the end of this lap, which means that I'll be running 4 or 5 laps on the soft tyres till the end. I think that's a good strategy to go for, and I think I'm going to stick with that. Okay, here we go. Coming into the pits now for our second pit stop in this race. Trying not to mess up like we did previously, using curves as we come into the pit lane. And there we go, getting it all slowed down. Right, second pit stop of the race. What sort of pit time is it going to be? Hopefully, it's not a slow one like we had before. Fuel going in, tyres on, away we go. Come on, come on, you're done. Surely you're done. There we go, now you're done. Come on, go, go. Oh, we're getting held up again. It's even slower. 13 seconds. These pit stops are so slow on this game. We've come out down in 8th position, which means once again, we've got it all to do if we want to score some good points in today's race. Because I believe everybody's made their pit stops. I believe we were one of the last guys to pit. So, yeah, we're going a little bit too deep into that corner. Still got cold tyres at the moment. But we are going to have to pile on the pressure and try and get some overtakes done very quickly in this race. Oh, nearly lost it through there, but we are catching up to Sebastian Vettel. I'm going to use a whole lot of curves here. Switch over, do the dummy, switch over to the right-hand side. Dive it at the inside, possibly. Oh, nearly T-boned Sebastian Vettel through there. Apparently, Mark Webber's catching up to me. I'm not too sure whether that's true or not. I don't think it is. I think it's just because we came into the pit on the previous lap, and that's why my engineer is telling me that. But I'm right on the tail of Sebastian Vettel. So if I can get past him, move myself up into P7, I'll be very happy with that. Here we go, on the back of Sebastian. I'm going to brake it early in towards this corner, then just plant it on the throttle and try and go for the overtake around the outside of turn 2. Unfortunately, not able to do that, but we're going to go around the outside now, down in towards turn 3 on the left-hand side, under braking with Sebastian Vettel on the right-hand side, and we get the job done. There we go, up into P7. Sutil, currently in P6 at the moment. That is incredible from him. Adrian Sutil, the man who qualified down at the bottom, down in 20th position, is currently running in P6. I feel bad that I'm going to take away this 6th position from him. I'm really sorry, Adrian, but I'm going to move myself up into P6 now as he turns into me. I kind of overshot that corner, and now I feel even worse as I've kind of taken him out. But he's still in P7, so he's still ahead of Sebastian Vettel at the moment. I don't think he'll be ahead of him for too much longer. Sebastian Vettel is definitely going to be quicker around this circuit on fresher tyres. But up next for me is Kimi Räikkönen in P5, and let's see whether we can catch the Ferrari driver or not. Okay, we've got 2 laps of this Australian Grand Prix left to go. I can see Kimi Räikkönen just ahead of me at the moment. I would definitely think I can overtake Kimi Räikkönen in today's race. Not a good line there from Kimi through turn 2. It's going to be easy pickings for myself on the left-hand side, down in towards this next corner. Glock! Is that Glock? Yes, it is. He is up into P4 at the moment in today's race. How on earth is Timo Glock in P4? I don't actually know where Timo Glock qualified, and the Toyotas actually, to be fair to them, were quite good at the start of 2009, definitely. So very good running there from Timo Glock. I can also see the guy in 3rd position up the road as well. So possibly, just possibly, I might better get onto the podium in my first race in the 2009 season. I think that's the best I can do, though, is get up into P3. But I need to get past Timo Glock as soon as possible. Okay, we're on the back of Timo Glock now. Oh, no, that's not good. What? No, don't you dare give me a penalty. I just ran wide. I didn't gain any time as we go round the outside. Glock's touched me. What are you doing, man? I gave you enough room. What on earth are you doing, you fool? Oh, my God. Why? I don't know why he did that, but anyway, let's just carry on with our own race. As I run it too deep into turn 1, that's going to allow Timo Glock to have a little look at myself all the way down towards turn 3. I don't think he's going to have the opportunity, and luckily I have managed to get away with that. Right, up next is Heikki Kovalainen. Tyres have gone. I think the tyres have gone, really struggling under braking and to get the car turned in at the moment. So just need to be a little bit aware of that one, but also try and push and see whether we can get onto the podium. Heikki Kovalainen currently in P3. That is incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. I don't even want to know who's in 1st and 2nd right now, because whoever they are have done an absolutely fantastic job. Don't even know where they started, because I mean, I've got Glock behind me. Kovalainen definitely started P11, I think. Räikkönen is in P6 and he started in P12. I started in P10. I'm currently in P4 at the moment as I'm catching up to Heikki Kovalainen, but will it be enough? Can I get him in the final couple of corners? No more curves. So it's all about braking late and trying to catch up, but I can't brake late as I could before because the tyre wear has become a bit of an issue now. But through this corner, penultimate corner, and then one more left to go. What can we do on Heikki Kovalainen? It's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to be enough on the McLaren driver. Right behind him as we come down towards the line. Heikki Kovalainen will finish on the podium, but it is an absolutely fantastic 4th position. What a result! In my first race for Toro Rosso, we have finished right behind a McLaren in P4. A crazy race here today. Nico Rosberg is the race winner. Incredible stuff there from the Williams driver, with Felipe Massa in 2nd and Heikki Kovalainen also getting onto the podium as well. Then it is myself, of course, in P4. Timo Glock just behind me in P5, getting him at the end of the race. Kimi Räikkönen is in 6th with Jenson Button. Not a good race from him. The 2-stop strategy wasn't the best one to go for. It's all about the 1-stop. And the guys who could make their tyres last definitely utilised that of Nico Rosberg and Felipe Massa. But Jenson Button 7th, Mark Webber in 8th, Adrian Sitto in 9th, and Jarno Trulli getting the final championship point. Rubens Barrichello in the Brawn missing out here today. Nakajima with his teammate winning today's race finishes down in 12th with some other drivers. Sebastian Vettel all the way down in 17th place with Lewis Hamilton, the driver who did not finish in today's race. So not very good there from Lewis Hamilton to get a DNF in the race. But that is the end of the Australian Grand Prix. So let's have a look at the championship standings after the first round. And it's it's only the top 8 that get points in 2009. I didn't actually know that. I thought they'd gone to the new rules, but it was actually 2010 that they went to the new rules. So we are currently in P4 in the standings, 5 points. Only 5 points behind Nico Rosberg, but of course it is harder to catch up to the other drivers. So really surprising though to even get P4 in my first race. I thought it was going to be difficult, but after qualifying I had a little bit of confidence, although that race was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But very, very happy to finish in P4 at the end of the day and get those 5 championship points to my name. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that was over the course of the season. I think it's going to vary as we go to different tracks. We have a look at the constructors standings. Toro Rosso currently in P4 as well, but Ferrari, they lead the way just ahead of Williams with McLaren Racing in 3rd And McLaren Racing, McLaren Mercedes, sorry, in 3rd, with Toro Rosso 4th. Toyota behind some 5th, with Braun GP in 6th, and Red Bull getting 1 point at the moment in 7th place. So that is it for the Australian Grand Prix. Let's head back to the menus. Only one email really to talk about from that race, and it is Gullis finds points at Melbourne. A tough race meant Hayden Gullis was denied a podium spot at Melbourne, but the performance was good enough to net some much needed points for Toro Rosso, taking them 4th in the Constructors' Championship. I mean, it was an incredible race. I would have absolutely loved it if I could get that podium at the end of the day, but unfortunately it was just, you know, too far at the end of the day. We were so close, yet so far from getting that podium, right behind Hakey Cove line. If there was one more corner in that circuit, in that lap, I would have got him. I would have got him. And if I had a little bit more curves, if I saved my curves and used it down that start-finish straight, then maybe, just maybe, I could have got Hakey Cove line. But P4 at the end of the day. I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer for my first podium in this career. But that is it for episode 1 of Rags to Riches 3. If you guys have enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so for daily Formula 1 content. We're going to be having this Rags to Riches 3 series daily, just like we have done so with the previous Rags to Riches series. They've all been daily, so this one is going to be like no other and follow in the footsteps as well. We've also got career mode coming to you guys later on today, so you can definitely look forward to that one as well. But don't forget as well to also leave a comment down below. Which season are you most excited to see? Are you really excited for 2009, or are you more excited for looking at the seasons in the future? I want to know. Let me down in the comment section below. But that's it for today's episode. I will see you next time at, I believe it is the Malaysian Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.